Welcome to the second part of the topic, Analogies. In this video, we shall discuss the strategies to solve verbal analogy questions. For competitive exams and placement tests, typically analogies will be given as a multiple choice question. There will be 3 to 5 options given below the question to choose your answer from. This session is made keeping those questions in mind. So let's begin. The first strategy is to find the bridge and nail the bridge. By bridge, I mean a sentence that bridges or connects the two words given in the question. For instance, look at this example. Philately is to stamps. Now this question has got 3 options. They are cartography is to maps, geriatrics is to ailments, and numismatics is to coins. Now the strategy is to find a connection between word 1 and word 2 in the question and create a sentence that connects them. So what is philately? It is a collection of stamps. So decide it as your bridge and apply the same sentence to each of the options given. What is cartography? It is a science or practice of drawing maps. But it is not the collection of maps. So that cannot be our answer. What is geriatrics? It is a branch of medicine dealing with the ailments, debilities, and care of aged people. Now it is connected to ailments, but it is not collection of ailments. So that too is not our answer. And what is numismatics? It is a collection of coins. So the first bridge applies perfectly, it fits perfectly in the option C, and hence our answer is numismatics is to coins. Now let's look at another example. Orange is to fruit. Now the options are salad is to mix, lemon is to banana, juice is to can, slice is to core, cabbage is to vegetable. Now seeing this question, the first sentence that bridges the two words which will come to our minds will be, okay, orange is a fruit. However, when you try applying the sentence to each of the options, we will get both option A and option E as our answer. Because salad is also a mix and cabbage is also a vegetable. So our sentence was not a good sentence. We will make it more specific. So the new sentence can be orange belongs to fruit category. And that will lead us to the right answer, which is cabbage belongs to vegetable category. So how do you know if you have a good sentence? Firstly, look at the answer choices. If more than one answer choice seems to fit, then your sentence is too generic or general. And if none of them work, then your sentence is too specific. Make sure that you always pay attention to the order of words in the word pair in order to get a good sentence. And that leads us to our second strategy. Our second strategy is to be specific. Look at the example. The question is, pseudopod is to amoeba. Now the options are, branch is to tree, tentacles is to octopus, and shell is to snail. As you all must be knowing, pseudopod is a false feet of amoeba. My first sentence is that pseudopod is a part of an amoeba. Now when I apply the sentence, I realize that I'm in trouble. Why? Because branch is also a part of a tree, tentacles is also part of an octopus, and shell is a part of a snail. So I realize that my sentence is so generic and I need to be more specific. Let's ask ourselves this question, for what does amoeba uses its pseudopod? The answer is, it is for locomotion or movement. So the sentence can be, amoeba uses its pseudopod for movement. Now let's apply this bridge sentence to the options now. So it's not A, it could be B, but do not finalize your answers without checking all options. No, it's neither C. So we shall go to the option that is kept on hold, which is option B, and that's the correct answer. Let's look at another example. The question is pen is to write, and the options are pencil is to sharpen, ink is to blue, letter is to compose, knife is to cut, and mistake is to erase. Now here, looking at the words in the question, we will be immediately drawn to options such as option A, B, C or E, as all these share some common purposes. But let's not jump into any conclusions without applying the strategies. First, let's create the bridge sentence. Now here, my bridge is pen is used for writing. Now let's apply it to all options. So which option do you think is the right answer now? Aha, yes, it is neither A or B or C or E, it is D, that is knife is to cut. Now pen is used for writing the same way that knife was used for cutting. Now that was a tricky one. Let's move on to the third strategy now. That is to be alert to the secondary meanings of words. Secondary meanings of a word are the meanings besides its primary meaning. They are said to be not central but peripheral. Let's look at the example. The question is pan is to camera. The options are rotate is to periscope, tune is to radio, and charge is to battery. The first image that comes in our mind when we hear the word pan is a frying pan. However, it is not possible to find a connection between a frying pan and a camera. We will add the suffix ing to it and make it the verb panning. Panning means swiveling a still or video camera horizontally from a fixed position. So it's basically adjusting a camera. Now pause this video here and decide upon your answer before resuming it. Well, so which option did you choose? Is it option 1 or option 2? Because our bridge connotes that A is adjusting B, hence option 1 and 2 both will look correct. So when we are stuck between options, apply strategy number 2, that is being specific. Now here, periscope and camera has to do with seeing, whereas radio has to do with listening. Hence, in this case, we shall choose option 1 over 2. Let's practice more. Look at this question. Mnemonic is to remember. The options are amnesiac is to forget, euphoria is to relax, nostril is to smell, audio is to hear, and glasses is to see. Pause this video here and take your time to find your answer. Okay, so which option did you get as your answer? What is your bridge sentence? Well, my sentences, mnemonic, which are memory tricks, are used for remembering. For a moment, I was stuck between nostril is to smell and glasses is to see. But then I made it more specific. Nostril's primary purpose is breathing. Also, nostril is not an external object. Whereas mnemonic and glasses are external things and aids that will help a person remember better and see better. So the right answer is glasses is to see. Now let's go to the fourth and the last strategy, that is checking the parts of speech. The question is sap is to vitality, and we have got 3 options. Persevere is to fortitude, drain is to resolution, and enhance is to beautify. If you look at the options, we see that first 2 options are in verb-noun combination, whereas the last one is in verb-verb combination. Mostly, the part of speech seen in the question will be reflected in the answer too. Only then the bridge sentences make sense. So let's leave the last option and focus on the first two. In the question, sap means to drain, and vitality is a physical strength or mental vigor. So, sapping the vitality is to drain the energy. So, we understand that the bridge has a negative connotation. Persevere is to persist in anything undertaken, and fortitude is a mental and emotional strength in facing adversity courageously. Now, this has a positive connotation. Let's look at option B. Drain is to draw off, and resolution is the mental state of being firm. So, draining a resolution is similar to sapping the vitality. Hence, our answer here is option B. So, let's have a quick recapitulation. Point number 1, pay attention to the order of the words in the word pair. Point number 2, the order of the answer pair should be same as question pair. Point number 3, pay attention to the parts of speech. Point number 4, the relationships you need to explain will be constant relationships. Point number 5, analogy questions are vocabulary intensive. Point number 6, remember that a single word can have several different meanings. Point number 7, never decide on the best answer without reading all the answer choices. And finally, point number 8, practice recognizing and formulating relationships between word pairs. So that's it for this video. Hope you learned something new today. Keep learning and keep practicing. Thank you and best wishes.